welcome to a new video. For all my new subscribers, I've actually seen that I got quite some new subscribers lately. I just want to say thank you for subscribing. You're welcome, and yeah, I really hope that you're gonna like what I have in store for the future for this channel. So today I actually wanted to start a new series that I've been, planning, or I had this idea for a while now. I wanted to make a video about all of the art supplies that I own, and it's actually quite some art supplies. But I didn't just want to make a video where I show you the box with pencils and say, well, I have these pencils and they are great or they are not that great, and then move on to the next art supply. I didn't really want to do it like that because I actually have an opinion about all of my coloring supplies, and some of these coloring supplies that I have, these art supplies, because I also use them for art projects, um, they're extremely good, and I think that they deserve a little bit more attention than just like, well, here you have my luminance pencils. They're great. And, I just think that those kind of pencils, those kind of art supplies deserve a little bit more attention. So I thought I would make little reviews about them. And there's a little section that just talks about facts. And then I also have a little section about opinions. Some of the art supplies I'm going to show you are art supplies that I absolutely love, and most of my opinions will be very positive about them. Other art supplies, well, I struggle a little bit with them, or in some cases, the quality isn't just not that great. And I will tell you honestly. So the first thing I will tell you about all of the art supplies I'm going to show you in this series, I paid with my own money. That's the first thing you need to know. They're paid with my own hard earned cash. So no, what do you call it? There's no brand that supported me or something like that, or that I got these brands sent to me so I could make an advertisement basically for them. That's not the case. They're all paid with my own money. So, um, and I will try to stay as objective as possible. But, just like I said a little while ago, these reviews will be partially fact and partially opinion. And that's because, it is for a really, really huge part opinion. So, without blabbering too much, let me show you the first art supply that I really want to talk about with you guys and share you my opinion about, and some facts. And that's the Polychromos color pencils. Why did I pick this set first? That's because they will come out with 20 new colors in, I believe, September. And what I've seen of the colors is that they're mostly a pastel kind of color, and that's something that's missing from this set at the moment. Even though, I still think that the color range is really, really nice. But we'll talk about that later. Because the first part that I really want to start with are facts. So, fact number one, the price. When it comes to coloring supplies, art supplies, I do think that price is quite an important thing. Most professional art supplies are quite expensive. And I'm going to be honest, this is not an exception for this pencil. So the Faber-Castell Polychromos, I have the 120 set. At the moment, that's the full set that you can get. They will cost you here in the EU, and I looked on Amazon.nl here in Europe. So, and they have like the same kind of prices as the German Amazon has and the French Amazon. So those prices are all a little bit the same. I used Amazon for the prices because I think most countries on this planet have some kind of access to Amazon. So that's why I use Amazon. The price there on the European Amazon, let's call it that, is at the moment 169 euros and 50 cents for the 120 set, the full set. And in the US on Amazon.com, it's 167 dollars and 33 cents. That's also for the full set. And I looked these prices up on, oh, that's a while ago. The 17th of February, I looked it up. So that's on 17th of February that I saw those prices because these prices do fluctuate. So sometimes it's a little bit more and then it becomes a little bit less. And so definitely, keep an eye on pencils. Sometimes they do drop in price. The open stock price, I think, is the most interesting. I only looked up the European price for that, and the average price that I found online is €2 and 32 cents for one pencil. So set comes in 120. It will become 140, but we have to wait till September. I will definitely buy those 20 pencils. And something that I really appreciate from Faber-Castell is the fact that they will come out with a set with just the 20 new colors. So you don't have to purchase a 140 set and spend a lot of money just to get those 20 new colors. No, you can just buy those 20 new colors in one set. Love them for that. um, so yeah, 120 colors will become 140. The second factual thing, at least I think it's a factual thing, that is if we're talking about a firm pencil or a soft pencil. I'm not going to talk about wax, oil based, because those terms, they're not factual. And what I mean with that is all pencils, doesn't matter from which brand you buy them, they are a combination of wax and oils. And it really depends on how much wax and how much oil in a pencil, or how they feel. That's basically makes up the recipe. But all pencils have oil and wax in them, so there's no such thing as an oil-based pencil or a wax-based pencil in that way. That's a marketing ploy. They're all wax slash oil based. And that's just how you make pencils. Um, Faber-Castell's Polychromos is more of a firm pencil, and that's also you hear a lot of they're oil based. They're not. There's wax in this. Okay, and if you put a lot of layers on top of each other with these pencils, you will see that there's wax in it. You will see this little like wax shine on top of your page. So I would call them more a firm pencil. That's also the reason that these pencils are extremely loved by people that like to color hair or fur or other like very thin details, very fine details. So these are mine, and yes, they are loved. I do use them quite a lot. And because they are a little bit more of a firm pencil, it will take you a while before they actually run out. You don't have to sharpen them as much as, say, a Prismacolor, because the Prisma is much softer, so you need to sharpen them a lot. Um, because they're also a little bit more on the firm side, they don't break that easily. So I really like that too. The next factual thing is if they are they available in open stock? Yes, they are. And for me, that's an extremely important thing. If a pencil is not available in open stock, I'm not interested. In fact, if an art supply is not available in open stock, usually I'm not interested. There's one exception, and that's when I'm looking for cheap markers, alcohol markers or water-based markers. I don't really use them that much. So, especially like in my cute and cozy books, I like to use cheap art supplies. Then I don't mind that they're not out of stock, out of open stock. But when it comes to pencils, when it comes to, I also have some good quality markers. Okay, but when it comes to paints and all of those kind of stuff, I like my art supplies to be available in open stock, and these are um, widely available in open stock. It's not that difficult to get your hands on these pencils. Then we have the pencil shape. So in this case, they're round. And as you can see, the color that you see on the barrel actually is quite representative of the color that comes out of the tip. So I really like that. In most cases, I would say swatch your coloring supplies. And with these, you can do actually without a swatch, I think, because the color on the barrel is quite almost the same as the color that comes out of the tip. Um, are they slim or a chunky pencil? This is also for some people a very important thing, especially if you have like arthritis or something like that. Slim pencils are probably not your best friend. You want to have more of like a chunky kind of pencil. And I think that these are a little bit in between. They're not extremely slim, like what would I call a slim pencil? The Chroma Flows from Derwent, they are very slim pencil. They're very fine. And these are definitely thicker. But a chunky pencil would be the Luminance, for instance, and they're not as chunky as the Luminance. So I would say they're a little bit in between. I do like how the grip that you have on them. I do like that. But if you have severe arthritis, I don't know if this is like the pencil for you. Uh, I don't know. But then again, if you have severe arthritis, I don't think that pencils are your kind of art supply. I think you probably would use a bigger, like a marker or something like that. But yeah, so they are a little bit in between like a slim and a chunky pencil. And then the packaging, of course, I think it's also very important. I love the packaging. So it's in a tin, as you can see, a very sturdy tin. And what I really like are these plastic trays. You have these elastics on the side, so you can grab all of your trays pretty easily out of the tin. And then you have your 3 layers with pencils. Um, so, and as you can see, I really like the way they're being put in the tin. So what I mean with that is the rainbow effect that you have here. So we start with white, and then we go into the yellows slowly, then into the oranges, reds, and then we go to the pinks, purples, blues. And here we have some more blues. Slowly go into the blue greenish kind of colors, then the greens. They have absolutely fabulous greens. One of my favorite greens are, let me see, it's this one actually. It's the May green. I love this green. I use it a lot. Or the slightly darker, this one, the earth green yellowish. Really like that one. the greens are absolutely amazing in this set. Um, so yeah, then we go into the greens. Then we go into the neutral tones. Here we have some more neutral tones, the kind of colors that you would use, for instance, to color skin. Then we go into the browns, from the browns into the grays, and then we have our blacks, and we have three metallic colors. Now, the metallic colors aren't that wonderful, but that's my opinion. That's an opinion. I don't really like the metallics in this set, but then again, I usually don't like the metallics in any set, so I've never really been blown away by metallic pencils. Never have been. If you know of a brand that actually has blown away metallic pencils that will blow me away, let me know down in the comments. I would love to know, and I would love to test them out. So yeah, so that's how they are being laid down in uh, the case, and I really like that. And then we also are talking about, is there enough color variation? I do think that there is enough color variation. For the most, yes, they have, a very nice color selection. I really like the blues, I really like the greens, and the neutral colors, absolutely gorgeous. The only thing that they lack are pastel colors. But again, not for long, because the new 20 colors that they are coming out with are, for the most part, what I've seen at least, are pastel tones. So with those 20 new colors, this set is probably the only pencil set that you're gonna need. Then I think that the color variation is absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. You won't hear me complain about this set at all. So then the next thing is, how is the laydown? It's a very smooth laydown. Let me grab some paper. Now, to show you a laydown is a bit difficult. Um, because laydown is something that you need to feel. Let me grab sheets. I'm a little bit damaged. I don't know what I've done there. But the laydown is really, really nice. It's a very smooth laydown. It's also a little bit of a transparent pencil. So, but you can get a very smooth result, as you can see. And I really like that. Now, as you can see, it's a transparent pencil because, let me grab a black pen. So if I put down some lines on the paper, as you can see, you can still see the pen through it. It's a very, very thin pen. It's a micron 0.2. So it's a very, very, very thin pen. Let me zoom you guys in because then you can actually see. There we go. And is it sharper now? There we go. So as you can see, you can still see the pen through it. Let me grab a thicker point because this is just, this is better. It's a 10. That's what we're looking for. Look, this is the kind of stuff we're looking for. Let me just dry it. Okay, don't do that. So very smooth. As you can see, it's a very transparent pencil. It doesn't affect the black at all. And because of that, you need to layer with this pencil if you really want to get a really great result. Now later in the video, I will show you some pages that I've colored with the Polychromos so you can actually get an idea of end results that you can get with these pencils. Yeah, this is my cheat sheet that I have here. with all of the things I've looked at when it comes to these pencils. So layering goes very smooth, very easy, no problems there. And if you like layering, then this is definitely the pencil for you. The quality of the pencil, so does it break easily? Does it damage easily when you're sharpening the pencil? Does it, come with defects when you just bought it brand new? Let me guys zoom you out because you're just looking at some pencils here. Uh, so here we go. That's better. Um, yeah. So does it, when you just bought this set, does it come in with damages? You know, how is the overall quality of the pencil? What did they use? And the lead itself. Um, I think it's a great quality. I never really had any problems with these pencils. I never had that the wood itself was damaged or got damaged through sharpening or something like that. The point or the lead, I would say, is extremely strong. I think that's the word. I do sometimes drop my pencils. Now, if there's something that you don't want to do with a pencil, it's drop it to the floor, on the floor. But I sometimes do, and they hold up. Yeah, I absolutely love that about these pencils. So I don't really have anything bad to say about quality control or the quality in general of these pencils. They are amazing. The wood that they use for the pencils is very, very nice wood. They sharpen easily, so nothing to say about that. Then the availability of the pencils. Um, the availability is it's widely available. When I looked online, I could find it extremely easy. But also, if you go into your average art shop, art store, you will find it. You will find Faber Castell. In fact, if they don't sell Faber Castell, I don't know. Usually you will find Faber Castell in a art shop, and also the Polychromos pencils are usually available there. Now the 120 set sometimes isn't, but that varies because we do have a very well known art shop here in the Netherlands. It's called Pipo's, and they do sell these pencils, but only like the smaller sets. And if you want to buy the large set, you have to order it. Um, I think that they just don't want to have a large set in their store because of the price range. That they're like worried that someone will nick it or something like that. But yeah, it's just a beautiful pencil. So I'm just gonna pause the video right here. I'm gonna look up some coloring pages that I've done with these pencils, and that's not gonna be that difficult. And I'm gonna show you what you can do with these pencils. So here we're back, and I grabbed a couple of coloring pages that I colored with my Polychromos, so you can actually have an idea. So the first one is in the book A Million Kittens from Lulu Mayo, and let me look up the page. I only colored one page in this book yet. So what I did, I actually used my pencils on top of my Pitt pens. So there's pencil on everything that's blue. There's some pencil on the bags and on the kittens. There's some pencil on the cute little dragons that you see here. And they actually layer pretty nice on those Pitt pens, and not all pencils do. I don't like, for instance, actually Prismas on top of Pitt pens for some reason. I don't like it. But yeah, they do layer pretty nicely. And I do like how this page came out because of that. So yeah, as you can see here, you can definitely see the pencil. It's a little darker, and here you can see it. And what I really like about it is the pit pens are also, of course, from Faber-Castell, and the numbers, the color numbers, and color names are exactly the same on the Polychromos. So it's very easy to find like really nice matches of color that you can use to smooth out in some cases a coloring page, or yeah, really like it for that. And all of the Faber-Castell um, Faber-Castell art supplies have that. At least when it comes to their professional line, they use the same color numbers and the same color names. It doesn't matter if you use Polychromos, bit pens, or their watercolor pencils, what they're called. Mm, Albert Durers. So yeah, so that's one example. And the next example is in the Hannah Carlson book, Got You. I really like my pencils, the Polychromos pencils on this paper. I really like it. And last December, I colored this one. The background, that's an oil pastel, and you can see I also use some metallic pink pens on this one. But all of the mice and the presents that you see over here, and the thread and the scissors here on the floor, they're all done with Polychromos. And I absolutely love the end results. The colors are extremely smooth on this paper. I didn't even have to put in that much layers, but as you can see right here, with the cap that she's wearing, I've used some indigo blue for the shadow with this yellow, and it just, because of the transparency of this pencil, you get, I don't know, I want to say a very natural look. This is what shadow looks like. You can still see like the original color, but it does change the color, and I really like that. So it's not like as soon as I put yellow on top of it, then I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes it you don't really see the indigo anymore, and I want to see all the colors that I put in one space. I want to see all of those colors back, not directly but indirectly. I don't know how to explain this one. But yeah, I really like the end results. And this is all done just by layering pencils on top of each other. Yeah, so this is one thing that you can do, and I really like the muted colors on this page. Like I said, I like those muted colors in set. I really use them on this page. Um, the second thing that I colored is in Wildflower Folk by Christina Karen. Christine Karen, I believe. It's Christina? Christina Karen. And I colored Dear Diary, and I did that last January. This entire page is done with just Polychromos and nothing else. I didn't use a base coat or anything like that, and what you're looking at are a lot of layers, and I could have put in a lot more layers, and that's a good thing. Well, first of all, it says something about paper. The fact that you can put in that much layers on top of this paper means it's good quality paper. But also, the fact that I can keep layering with this pencil means that you're having a good quality uh, pencil, because some pencils, they will saturate the paper extremely fast, and especially if you want to color realistically, you need to be able to put in a lot of thin layers on top of each other to get that realistic look. And you can do that. The fact that you can still see some white means that this paper is not saturated and that I can still put in more layers. Now, I don't want to do that because I like the look of it the way it is right now. And I was like, I'm calling this piece done. But yeah, I think I could add with ease like 5 layers more on top of this paper. And that's a wonderful thing because that means that you can work in extreme detail with these pencils. Yeah. And the pencil works lovely on this paper. And the last piece that I want to show you is in Enelco Neko. I did another page in this one that is completely and only with coloring pencils, Polychromos pencils, and that's in this page. And as you can see, we have a very nice layer again. Now I did use a blender, and the blenders that I use are from Caran d'Ache. These are the pencil blenders that I use, and I also use the full blender, and it's in a pencil holder at the moment because it's very small. I can maybe get it out, but that doesn't have any wood. It's just, look. I use it a lot. I already have a new one, but I love these blenders, the full blenders. And the ones that you can buy here always come with one with this one. It always comes with this one. So, but I love the blenders, the pencil blenders from Caran d'Ache. I wouldn't buy another one, to be honest. But as you can see, when it comes to fur, right here on the tail and on her face, you can really see how fine you can make your pencil points. You know, the tip, how fine you can make the tip. And that way create very realistic fur. Now, I'm not even creating extremely realistic fur, but if I would have taken this to like the next level, you can make these kittens look like you could pet them, basically, that you want to cuddle them. And that's what I really like about this pencil. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep this one up for now because I'm gonna give you my conclusion when it comes to this pencil, and you're probably not gonna be very surprised about what I'm gonna say right now. So this pencil is so extremely loved by many colorists, and it's just not without good reason. The color choice in this set is extremely good, and with the new colors, it becomes perfect. And the pencil is laid down easily with a nice, rich color. The overall quality, great. It's just wonderful. The only downside when it comes to this set is the price. For some people, this is probably going to be too much. They cannot spend more than €2 on a pencil. Just one pencil. We're talking about one pencil. And I absolutely understand that. This is, a professional artist grade product. And the price shows that. It's because they use extremely good quality pigments. Pigments are expensive. I'm actually thinking also about doing a video explaining the difference between cheap pencils and more expensive pencils because actually that's quite interesting. Believe it or not, there are a lot of things that I think a lot of people in the colorist community don't know about pencils, but we'll talk about that in another video. So this pencil is maybe not for everyone because of the price, but if you can afford them, I highly recommend them. Um, yeah, that's all I really have to say about this pencil. I absolutely love them. I adore them. And um, if you would ask me if you could only keep one pencil in your um, art supply collection, only one pencil brand, it's probably gonna be this one. So that's the end of the video. Let me know if you like this kind of concept of a video. Um, Maybe you think it's too long. That could be, a possibility. Um, Maybe you have some other things that I could look at, when it comes to pencils. Like you didn't think of this or that, and when I buy pencils, I do look at that. Um, so let me know what you think of this video. Let me know down in the comment section. If you liked it, leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, think about subscribing. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.